Hello folks, it's JDporkchop and welcome to another episode of Prison Architect. In today's episode we are going to pick up exactly where we left off in the last one. The only things I've done in between that episode and this was add in these hot water boilers into this little room here. And I've laid some pipe for them. You see the grey pipe is the hot water and the copper pipe is cold water. The reason is, in the last episode I said I wasn't entirely sure what these needed. I think you can put both in, but they're happier if they get hot. And I thought, well, I'm going to have to put radiators in anyway, so I might as well throw in a couple of hot water boilers to get it started. So the next thing I'm going to do is, the way that the heat thing works in this game is that it seeps out of like windows, doors, and so at night time it can get very cold in your prison if you have a lot of windows and doors and stuff that are quite open, like this one is, and the front door is. So to combat that, I'm going to throw down a couple of radiators. Now, are they going to go up against the wall after they've been built, or is it going to stick out in the middle of the corridor like that? We will find out. Anyway, the 6 prisoners that we had are going to be here in about an hour's time. I think we're pretty much ready to receive them, as we completed the basic detention center in the last episode. We should be good. The best thing to do now then would be go into Grants and see... nope, not the fridge. Grants. And see what we need to do next. And I've just clicked one now, so it looks like we're doing administration center. So every prison needs a functioning administration facility to ensure things run smoothly and to hold the project accountable. This contract pays for a warden and an accountant and their officers, which will then give us access to the full federal grant system. So I suppose we have to do it in the end anyway. So let's get that done. That's our next mission, as it were. So where are we going to build these offices? I obviously don't want them particularly connected to the everyday prison. There actually might be enough room to stick them outside the prison. If we go into, let's make this one concrete just to do something slightly different. And we could, I think they need to be like 5 by 5. So if we do an 11 by 6, that should be 2 offices with room to spare, I think. I hope. So we'll put a couple of staff doors in. One there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. There. 4. So you count that one as well. Then there'll be a wall there, and there'll be 2 offices for an accountant and a warden. That was too easy. Let's get it done first before we start saying it's too easy. Right, those radiators are down. And yeah, they don't look too imposing, I guess. So we'll run a bit of piping to that one, and this one... just run it down from there, I suppose. Yeah, that'll do. How are my hot water boilers? How do you know how much hot water you have? No idea. Once again, probably should have done my research, but hey ho. There seems to be a bunch of trees in the middle of my building. Right, we're going to go to materials, and we're going to build a wall there. While they're doing that, we can go into, let's go into the rooms first and set these down as our 2 offices. There we go. Just take that bit out. Cool. Then we can get some furniture in here. Let's have a look. And my prisoners are here. I almost missed it actually. I was too busy mucking around with the offices. So they are now going to start getting taken into the reception area, where they will be stripped. I'm actually going to hire... how many guards have we got? We've got 4. I'm actually going to get 1 more, I think. Okay, it's maybe a little overkill at the moment, but just to make sure things run smoothly, because we are going to have another 8 prisoners arriving tomorrow. and they're all going to be medium security. So we are already growing very quickly. So these guys are all getting searched, they're getting their clothes taken off them. We don't have any sort of detention cell if any of them misbehave. So for now, if they have got anything on them, we sort of just have to let them off a little bit. There you go, he had a spoon. So what do we got? We got Steader, the Stead, Paul Marples, Ed Ellison. How do you pronounce that? Cleef? Warren Cleef? Who else we got? Who's this guy? Andrew Thompson. And we already looked at that guy. So yeah, our first batch of prisoners. So they're going to be held in the holding cell for now until we can actually build a proper block. My 2 officers seem to be finished, so I can hire a warden who I can stick in that one. Yeah, how do you turn that off? Let's just do it that way. And then we can go into bureaucracy, I think it is, and we can unlock the finance one, which is the one that will give me the warden, so, not warden, accountant, and then we can complete that mission, task, whatever you want to call it. I also want to get security after that, and at some point we'll want all of these, because they are all important, but those are the ones that we can work on for right now, as far as collectibles. So he is doing his research thing on finance. When he's finished doing that, we will have an accountant, which is good. Next things next I want to think about is we have prisoners. Not a lot yet, but it is already beginning to grow. 6 here and another 8 coming. So we really need to start thinking about building our first cell block. Now if we go into grants, cell block A, we can't, why can't we do that? We need to unlock finance, that's why. So the minute we've done that, we can get the cell block A thing. But in a bit of a kind of foresight, I'm going to get started building on it now. And then we can kind of look at it later. So I'm going to go into foundations. Where am I wanting to build this? We're wanting to build outside the perimeter fence and sort of expand our area, or do we want to just continue building on the inside of this fence for now? In all honesty, I think when we get to a point where we have lots of money, we'll probably just bulldoze the whole place and start again. That's what I tend to do, because you sort of make a higgledy-piggledy, stick it where there's room, throw it together kind of prison to start off with, and then you sell it and you make the cool one, you know, the one where everything's where it's supposed to be. So I suppose for now could just do this. No, because I definitely want to, if I'm gonna make a thing, if I'm gonna make a cell block, I want to make sure I get it the right size. And so I might do all this just off camera because it's a little bit boring. Those guys aren't up to much. There's not even anybody watching them. That's how up to nothing they're up to. Should maybe put a guard in there patrolling. I might do that in a second. So I am going to set out the area that I want to get building using the plan, and I will be back with you in a minute, guys, once I've kind of laid out our cell block. Okay? Okay, so I have laid out basically just, I haven't even filled in the whole thing. It was basically just to get the size right, so I knew what I was doing. The only thing you have to be careful is the back wall is going to line on top of this, so just have to make sure there's no holes in the fence. Right, so what were we doing? We need to go into foundations and go to brick, and we're going to basically just extend all of this area here to here is where I wanted it. I wanted it one below, didn't I? So that is that. They're going to take a little while to build that. While that's happening, I just want to check a few things. We're going to go into here and check our timetable. At the moment, there's a lot of lockup time, which I'm gonna add a bit more free time. Not because I'm a soft pansy. These guys will work, but for now, we might as well just try and keep them happy. I'm gonna try and kind of move their eating times apart a little bit, just to make it easier for the chefs. With regards to that, I even do that. Put in, I don't know, put in work. And put in some yard time and free time. Now, they might not actually have any work to do, but at least it's it's a basic for when we do start putting in work projects for these guys, like the workshop and cleaning and stuff like that. Okay, so the builders have started work on our new expansion. Also, let's see how our warden is getting on with finance. We can go into the bureaucracy tab, and he still has 2 hours and 10 minutes on that. And that's obviously in-game time, it's not your time. So, an hour is about a minute, I think, something like that. Yeah, I could go with that being an hour, being a minute. That seems kind of plausible. So the minute he's done doing that, we can get our architect, not our architect, what they called, accountant in, and that should open up some new revenue streams for us. Well, you'll be able to at least kind of look at your revenue streams better. It should open up some new stuff for us. So what I'm going to do now is, in the knowledge that this is about to get finished, I'm going to stick in a door. And that should help with crowd control as well, as if we have plenty of doors on this long corridor. So I'm going to wait for these guys to finish, and I will be... Oh, there we go. Well, I'm going to finish building the wall then, and then I'll come back, because these guys always mess it up. Prison Block A is well underway, and we have got a few other things I want to work on. First of all, we have got finance unlocked, so quickly just going to throw in an accountant. I'll just throw him there, and what was the other thing I wanted to do? At the moment, I don't have any sort of deployment, so I have to kind of send people places by hand. So the next thing that I've unlocked to kind of contradict that, not contradict, fix that. My brain is not working because I've had like no sleep, absolutely none. I'm trying to get this done, and I've got like, my life is being hectic today, basically. Security is what I'm training up next. So that's going to unlock deployment, it's going to unlock patrols, then surveillance, dogs, all sorts of stuff that comes out of that. As you can see, the branch for it is quite huge. Then after that, we'll probably move on to maintenance, health, psychology, all these ones down here. Okay? With finance, has that unlocked the next, where is it, grant, cell block A, there we go, so that's the one we want to do. It's also the second amount of money one, so that one's very good. So we're going to take that, and all we have to do is get it up to 15. Now these are going to be the new prison area. I'm going to set that door to open all the time as well, because seems to be slowing things down a little bit. Make sure everybody's okay in here. Nobody's causing trouble. So what we're going to do is rooms. One of the things I like is they've switched quick builds to something that you straight away start with, instead of before it was something that you could unlock, which kind of sucked. Same way, has planning always been... I think you've always had planning, as far as I can remember. But I can't 100% be sure of that. So, what are we going to do? We're going to start building cells. I'm going to build one and then use the copy thing to just copy it. Makes my life easier and makes everything go a little bit quicker. So we're going to put a door. This is like the most crappy cell that you can make, by the way. Like, as we go further on, we'll probably make some nicer cells for the well-behaved people. Alright, so we're going to put a toilet there. And we're going to put, where are the beds? Put a bed here. And we'll probably put a little TV in the corner here. And they should be thankful that they're getting a TV. Right, what are we going to do next? We're going to put this here, this all the way along. Have they not built this yet? Maybe I didn't select it. I'm sure I did. How weird. So we're going to build another one on this side, because you can't flip, whatever you copy, you can't flip it. It's just that way. It's just a perfect copy. So I got to do one facing this way. We're going to put toilet down there. It's just going to be a mirror image. Bed. Where did the TV go? TV. And put a door in. Oh, I tell you what we've forgotten. Lights. One there. There. Right. Well, that's cell block A coming on along very nicely. And what should we kind of be having a look at? So there's something to worry about. Always keep an eye on your power stations. See if that red line touches the top there. The whole thing will trip, and then you have a power cut. Which, if your doors are all electric, it would be a problem. Okie dokie. Everything seems to be running quite smoothly. I'm quite surprised. Normally, as anyone who watches any of my stuff knows, normally things go completely wrong for me within about 5 minutes of turning the game on. Right, what are we going to do now? We're going to do quick builds. Oh, no. The quick build is this new... it's the new... what do you call it? Like blueprints. But it still has the clone thing in there. I totally forgot that that got added. How does this work? Oh, here we go. So, we need to... No, we don't need that, do we? We need it... that. So we should be able to just... that? Yeah. Perfect. And then... let's have a look. What did we have wanted a 3 corridor, so that should be the correct place for this. But it isn't, because I've done one too many this way. Like an idiot. So you gotta quickly just do this before they actually build any of it. Quick. There we go. Alright, let's try that again. So we want that. If I do it right the first time, then we won't have these problems. Oh, that's so much quicker. I really miss doing that. Because before, with the original or the older versions of this game, it was something you had to unlock. So your first couple of cell blocks, you just had to build by hand, which really sucked. Right, so we are just basically going to take that and go do-do-do. Do-do-do. Just like that. So that's what, 4, 8. So you're talking hopefully 16 cells there. Which is one more than our allotted, what we have to get our money and pass our thing. So that's very good. I'm going to just basically just speed the game up until that happens. We're going to have 8 prisoners plus, how many did we have? 6, was it? So there should be a cell for everybody. Which is fantastic. I'm really happy with that. We are going to do a little bit of work on the water pipes here. See, I don't think we should have pipe on top of a cable. We should really run them side by side, but oh well. I'll do it from here on. Cable can go here. And to there. Right. What else do we need to do? Let's have a look. To finish off this, we'll just put a couple of lights in. Put one there, one there. Perfect. And then we're going to go back into utilities, small pipe. That's here. That's here. And look at that, it's all coming together. It is all coming together. Right, they are going full blast with 9 hours until the next batch of people come in. So look, what's he doing? Make sure he keeps busy, so we'll give him a couple of extra jobs. Psychology, health, education, legal, deployment. Requires chief. You get a chief of security in. It makes me very nervous that I don't have a guard in there. Like, I know they're all probably sleeping. Well, okay, they're not sleeping. What time is it? It must be quite late. Yeah, it is. It's like midnight. Why are these guys not going to bed? Is it because they're in a holding cell and the same rules don't apply to them? Is that what it is? Seems weird. Okay. So, last couple of things. Just put a couple of doors there. And then we are going to get rooms. Cell. And boom. First batch of cells. Just go straight across like that. And my prison wardens, guards, whatever you want to call them, should hopefully in the morning start moving prisoners into their new cells. Which is fantastic. Right, we're going to put a little bit of electricity up this way, a little bit up this way, and I need to change that because that door was in the wrong place. That needs to get dismantled, and we put it here. Got then, hurry up. They put the new one in but haven't taken out the old one, so we have like 2 double single doors. Right, these cells here finished. Just a toilet short. Well, let's just allocate them anyway. Oh, there you go. Guy with the toilet is here. I'm gonna leave these locked open. Then obviously if there's ever a riot or anything, we can just shut this area down pretty quick. I mean, they've got to go through those 2 doors, then you've got 2 security doors there, and then a 3rd security door to get to the outside world. So I'm not particularly worried about leaving those doors locked open, or even that one. The prisoners, I think, would know better than to try and run out the front door. If they're going to do anything, it's going to be tunneling. Well, these guys don't have to tunnel far, they have to tunnel like 2 blocks and they're out to freedom. So it's not a very particularly good design thing on my part. I don't really have any money to do anything different. Gonna get 4,000 in an hour. Well, I think, guys, with another batch of prisoners on the way, need to set some lights in this hallway and do a couple of little tidying up bits. But with these new prisoners arriving, I think this is a good place to try and wrap this up. I know the flow of this isn't quite right yet. I'm still sort of finding my feet with this series. It's only the 2nd episode, but I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope it's something different. If you are, a like and a subscribe would be really, really appreciated, and I will see you in the next episode, guys. So I've been JDporkchop, and this has been Prison Architect, guys. Catch you later.